Head coach Mikey Varas, estamos con el director técnico Mikey Varas. Empezamos con un mensaje de Mikey. We'll start with the message from Mikey.
Yeah, first and foremost, I think the most important thing is just to take a second and recognize the moment that we just lived right now, because these boys had 3.5 weeks of training. Their break got cut by a week. They had to come back a week earlier. And they play against a team who's 4 games into their season. And not one excuse dripped from a single pore of them. And I think you're not always rewarded in life for having the right mentality, but when you are rewarded, how sweet is it? And then the other thing is our grounds crew here at Snapdragon. You know, we just had a monster truck here last week, and they had to turn a field around, and that's not easy either. And the same mentality, no excuse, just get on with it, and they put a really beautiful pitch out there for us.
Mike, can we repeat that message in Spanish, please?
Yeah, quiero decir que tenemos que reconocer el momento que vivimos a veces. Y mira, los chicos vivieron un momento donde tuvieron 3 semanas y media de entrenamiento. Les cortaron el descanso por 1 semana, tenían que volver. Y juegan contra un equipo que ya lleva 4 fechas y 2 meses y medio juntos. Y no había ninguna excusa en todo este proceso. Solamente pensaron y enfocaron en trabajar y tratar de hacer un buen partido, y lo han hecho. Y en la vida no siempre te repaga para estas cosas, pero cuando sí lo hace es muy bueno. Y yo diría que todos los muchachos que hicieron que la cancha estaba buena hoy, también mucho mérito para ellos.
We've got questions in the room. Scott, go ahead.
Mikey, congratulations. 2 things. One, playing from behind most of the game and trying to take the game to them with that, and then 4 goals in 18 minutes, just the explosion.
Yes, what I said to the boys at halftime was sometimes these games happen like this, right? Where you're dominating, they get in your box one time, they score a great goal. And then they're just really solid in the back, and it's not so easy to score goals against a team like that. But the key was to continue to stay persistent in what we were trying to do, make a few little adjustments to see if we could open up the space on the back post a little bit better. And it's just huge credit to the guys because we have every single person inside that locker room all pulling in the same direction. And again, it's the same thing. You don't always get paid, you don't always get rewarded in life for that, but when you do, it feels very good.
Tony, go ahead.
Thank you for your time, Mikey. Earlier in the week, you mentioned how the key was to make sure that the team was able to counterattack the low block that Pumas was going to present. You were consistent with attacking through the wings and that same attacking vision throughout the game. What was the message for the halftime to make sure that the team maintained that consistency, even though Pumas went back with 5 in the back?
Yeah, I think we were having a little bit of trouble accessing the half spaces in behind because they did a really good job of defending, and we weren't quite making enough runs there. So a little adjustment that we made was we prioritized a little bit the left side overload, where we felt we were having a better success, and then that was able to bring Anders a little bit lower on the opposite side to see if we could find these quick switches to him. The key was we need to get the ball into Anders' feet more in dangerous areas so that he can make things happen for us.
Profe, buenas noches. Va a ser en español, no era troncoso para Fox. Profe, se lo pregunté la semana pasada y se lo comenté que se me iba a volver a preguntar. ¿La altura va a afectar? Y 2, si nos puede platicar un poco de este joven Alex Meren que ingresó y bueno, cambió la forma y el estilo del partido.
Yeah, hablas de Alex Mike, ¿no? Sí, no, Alex es un ejemplo de un chico que trabaja y a veces juega, a veces no juega, pero tiene una actitud impecable y nosotros muy felices por él, porque cuando estas cosas caen para un chico como él, es muy bueno. Y segundo, sí, el segundo partido va a ser totalmente distinto. Siempre iba a ser 2 partidos distintos. Primero, el principal resultado afecta el próximo partido y también la altura. Pero como el corto descanso, esto no es excusa, es solamente un desafío que queremos mostrar que podemos ir allá y salir a ganar igual.
Hi, Mikey. Seemed like this was an affirmation of your system or just your basic approach. You had mentioned 3.5 weeks you were up against it. but it seems like the continuity you have with Dreyer and Taberskov and the buy-in and the system allows you to get up to speed real fast.
Yeah, we have 3.5 weeks of training, but we also recognize that we have 1 year of work together where we had a group that was all in training. And we talk about training matters, and this is why training matters, because when the faces change a little bit, or you don't have as much training in this moment, you can lean into the experiences that you had the year before. The boys did a great job of doing that. And then in terms of affirmations, I would disagree. I think that regardless of how this result would have went, I would have been quite happy with the game picture because we dominated large portions of that game. And like I said, you're not always rewarded for your efforts. Tonight we were, so it feels a little extra good. But the most important thing is that we insisted on who we wanted to be, how we wanted to attack the game, and we got everybody pulling in the same direction.
But when I said affirmation, I meant from the jump you're dominating in possession.
Understood. Yes, then I would agree.
You did that all year,
Yes.
and now first game of this?
Yes, I agree with that then.
Mikey in the back, it was announced today that the Olympics will be coming here to San Diego. Seems only right on the day you guys are playing in an international tournament. When you see your supporter section, but the Pumas supporter section, be able to kind of create this atmosphere, how great will that be for this community?
Yeah, it's going to be amazing, and San Diego has completely earned this. It's a sports crazy city and region, and it's a region that loves their region and their city. And I will say that our supporters, I've said it in the past, they're already the best supporters in the Americas. For me, that's clear. Okay, but what I'm starting to really appreciate is the fact that I can feel their energy starting to become contagious around the stadium. And we felt that really strong at the end of playoffs, and I can already see us starting in that direction now. And that's going to be key, because when we get that, and when everybody knows the songs, and when everybody's singing the same notes, I promise you we're going to be one of the top clubs in the world.
Last question, Ruth.
Hey Coach, I was wondering if you could take us through sort of like the decision making in the second half, especially in regards to the first two substitutions of Knight and Vasquez. It seemed like as soon as they were on the field, like the impact was just immediate.
Yeah, I think if you've ever experienced this where you try to open a jar and you can't open it, and you pass it to the person next to you and they open it really easily, it's a little bit of a case of that, and then also that these game changers who came in were ready to make an impact. So I think that we wear them down little by little with the guys that started the game. They did a tremendous job of doing that. And then the game changers, especially Alex and David, came in and they took their moment. And they didn't try to settle in the game. They went after it right away. And just an amazing team effort when you think about that.
We've got a question on Zoom. En Zoom, Orlando Castellán, adelante.
Gracias. Buenas noches, profe. Orlando que está en Servicio Informativo en Deportes. Para el partido de vuelta, por lo que hicieron el día de hoy, ¿va a proponer lo que hizo hoy San Diego en su casa y hacerlo en el estado universitario para llevarse esta llave y seguir avanzando en esta Champions Cup?
Sí, nosotros siempre vamos a salir a ganar el partido, y nuestro estilo de juego no cambia cuando se juega fuera de casa, ni dependiente de un resultado. Obviamente jugando un partido en altura va a haber modificaciones porque hay que tener un plan que te da las mejores posibilidades de ganar, pero primero y principal siempre vamos a salir a ganar.
Thank you very much, Mikey. Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen,